digital gold. TA with TI Joey Bold. Charts light up as we unfold. Trust the signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, never the mission.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. So let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition. This is TA, Trade Academy, with TI Joe, Trade Intuition Joe, on the Piper Academy Network. So happy you guys are here. Of course, man, today's a great day. Even though we had this little pullback, we're kind of expecting it due to the fact that we were at resistance. And what we're going to end up doing, of course, we go over Bitcoin, we go over your coins, we go over just the thought process of trading. You know, what happens when the market dumps? Well, hopefully you have a stop loss. Hopefully you have a stop loss. And if you don't, well, everything's just a learning lesson. If you lose a lot of money, learn from it. If you make a lot of money, learn from it. A trading journal is very, very important. Now, TradeFly talks a lot about trading journals. For me personally, I do a lot of videos. So those are pretty much my trading journals. But I strongly recommend and have a notebook and write this stuff down. Why did you enter the trade? Was it a bullish pattern? Was it a bullish indicator? Was it maybe one of your chart prime indicators was saying, buy, or gave us buy signal in addition to other technical analysis that you're using? Write all that stuff down. Because when the market flips, or let's say your trade doesn't play out, it's really helpful to go back to your notes and just kind of see why it didn't work. Was it maybe you had your stop loss too tight? Maybe you had too much money in the trade and it really hurt, so you couldn't afford, or rather you didn't want to have the stop loss where it might have been better. So with all that being said, once again, my name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started. So happy you guys are here. So happy you guys are here. Bitcoin, oh my gosh, what is Bitcoin doing? Well, kind of what we kind of expected. Now, do we know this was going to happen? Nope. Do we think it was going to happen? Yep. Why? Resistance, selling pressure, selling wicks. This is just saying that the price came up here and it came back down a few times. This is on the hourly time frame. Tried it again, almost to it, couldn't do it. Kind of had this thought process, for the past few days, to where if we do come up here, more than likely break below. What we don't want to see, well, first we'll say what we do want to see. What we do want to see is this: price go up, price go down, price go up, price go down, price go up, price go down. This is what we want to see. At least from the mark of the run up to a retracement of about 38%, 35, 38%, that's healthy. 50% is even better. Now, how do you figure that stuff out? Well, you go to your fib retracement tool. So let me bring this up a little bit so y'all can see it. Fib retracement. Anytime I click on one of my favorites, it's always going to appear over here, and you can see it highlighted in blue, and you can see this right here. And all you do is you go from the very bottom, make sure your magnet tool is on, go from the very bottom, and then go to the top of the move. So this would have been the top. We are looking for a 38% pullback, and sure enough, right about 38%, 35, 38 is healthy before the run up. Now, if we run up and it pulls back 10%, and it runs up and it pulls back 5%, and it runs up and it pulls back 12%, that's not healthy. Because when it comes down, it's going to come down fast. Usually. Doesn't happen all the time, but usually. Of course, it did come down here. It came up. And then now we have this level. So if we went to a higher time frame, we can pretty much see this a little easier. So here we have down, up, down. And if we just hide everything, we have a down, an up, and a down prior to possibly this being the pivot point of the up move. If that's the case, then of course you can use the fib extension tool, and I'll show you how to use that. Fib extension tool, wrong one. Here we go, fib extension. I have it started, so it's on the bottom. But what you want to do is go from the bottom to the top to the bottom prior to the move. Now we don't know this is a move yet. It could keep on coming down, then it creates a pivot, and then it comes up. So it's always where the pivots are at, the main pivots. This could come down. However, if you put your pivot, your last pivot here, this will give you the thought process if this ends up going up. If it comes down and then goes up, well, then you use that pivot. But the drawing should come up, and they sure do. So, we could do it like this, and then here are your levels for possible targets. Oh man, can we break the all-time high today? Can we break the all-time high? That is the question. It's not looking good, this run up show me no. We need that pullback. We need the pullback. When we did get the pullback, let's go ahead and just delete some of this stuff. It does tend to be a bit messy. Now we're going to see who's in the chat in just a moment. So if you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. If not, we're going to go over some coins that we've previously gone over, whether they're stocks or crypto. We'll be running over those in just a moment. All right. So looking at this, what do we see? I like looking at the 1 hour for Bitcoin. I really do, because you see more ups and downs without all of the extra, in my opinion, movement. So let's see. Came up. Let's go ahead and take this off because it's just more stuff on the chart. Price came up, retested on this trend line, which is beautiful retest. We had this trend line from way back over here, and I love trend lines. Trend lines, they work. Now, of course, depending on what time frame you're on, will depend if you see it as a candle body close or a candle wick. The more touches you get, the better it is. But it broke up, came here, retested this beautifully. It would have been healthier if it came back down a little bit more before possibly going up. And, it came down, retested, came up, came down, came up, broke, went higher, but still in this zone. So this zone is very important. Came down, broke this low, watch out, but we had support here. Again, trend lines, very, very important. And now it came up, went into this area, and broke the area, but it produced a wick. This is why it's very important to wait for the candles to close. I cannot stress that enough. There's a lot of times where I've tried to front run it, and I'll be, I'm going to enter on the 1 hour time frame. And I see it's like, oh man, the 15-minute looks really good. Normally I'll enter on the 1 hour on a particular coin, depending on the price movement, depending on the market cap. And then sure enough, I'll enter on a 15-minute and comes down. And then I look at the 1 hour, and the 1 hour closes with the wick. And if I would have just followed my rules, I would have known not to enter. So here, it did come down here, did not gain support here, broke below it. And once this happened, of course, this is when I personally closed my leverage trades. Of course, I trade higher leverage. I was in profit, and I just closed them all because we don't know what's going to happen. And here's the key takeaway to all this. We can have support resistance levels. We can have indicators. We can have fib retracements. We can have everything. Anything can change. Anything. And we don't know until after the fact. So right here, I sold. Let me show you. Right here, I sold. Once it broke this level and it started coming down, I sold all of my long positions. Granted, they're higher leverage, so this affects me more than if you're doing a 2x. And I sold it. Now, what would have happened if it would have done this? I would have potentially missed out on a lot of money. However, I would have only known about this after it happened. While it's happening, the present tense, this could easily do a bearish retest, come down, get liquidated, or all of my stop losses hit, and I lose more money than I should because I see it. And there's always a time where you can re-enter your trade. So let's just say you sold 50% of your position, and then it comes up and it does this. Now you can add to your position. You were basically just creating a cushion if it did continue coming down, and since you were able to see it, that you didn't have your stop loss take the full hit. It only took 50% because you left the 50 in just to see what would happen. So that, in my opinion, is a very, very strong pro tip. And I really think that that could help out a lot of people. All right, so let's go ahead and go on in the chat. Let's look at the chat. We have Wix Wife 589. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are great. I absolutely love the alumni. Man, like everybody here shows so much love. I'm so honored, one, to be a part of the Piper Academy network, and two, to know all of y'all. I mean, I don't know you, but I know. See here, one person I wish I didn't know, this guy. See here, let's go, Dylan. Dylan says, have a good stream. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Let's freaking go. Let's do it, guys. Like, this thing is support, resistance, trend lines, knowing how to trade. And if you don't know how to trade, I mean, that's why you're here, and well, I think everybody in the chat right now knows how to trade. You're just showing the love because, well, it's Piper Academy Network. And I'm very grateful for you guys. Very grateful. Let's see here. Who else do we got? We got a username in the house, also known as Tradester Joe. Tradester Joe. Let's see here. We got Warren G. Very nice. Saying what's up? What's going on, guys? What is going on? And Indie Rock Crypto, couldn't have said it better myself. Secure your profits. Get paid. You have to. Because there have been a lot of times, and I'll put a one in the chat if you've done this. I'm pretty sure I'll see a lot of ones, where you are in a trade, you're in profit, 20, 30, 40, 50%. You have your stop loss still at, maybe -8. And you're like, man, I don't want to move it up because, it might come down to my entry and then go back up. Well, it does start coming down, and you were up 40%. And it starts coming down, and now your stop loss gets hit. So instead of taking some profit, now you took all the loss at 8%. I used to do that all the time because I was greedy. I wanted more, because if I had more in the position as it went up, I would have more profit. But what I didn't realize was I can just take some profit as it's going up, put that in my little bank. And then, of course, if it does come down and starts going up, I can add to it if I wanted to, or get into another trade. But yeah, it's taking profit. That's really the key. Taking profits, moving up your stop loss into profits as soon as you can, not immediately, but you have to do it strategically. All right. Let's see here. What's going on, Crypto Player? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Trade Fly is always late. Let's see here, going down the list. I'm gonna try my best not to do any kind of Ron Burgundy. Forget how you say his name. Ron Burgundy. It was funny. I was watching some clips because I want to put a clip on here because I literally read the prompt, and there were some clips that I saw. I was like, man, I missed this movie. It's a funny movie. All right. See here, going down the list. Username will never let Trade Fly let 30 seconds late. Yeah. There's a delay on the thing, so just give you a heads up. Dylan says, I mind checking out? Yeah, man, definitely. Thank you for putting that on there. And of course, if y'all have coins you want me to do, let me know. I go over Bitcoin in the beginning, then of course your coins, and if there's no coins or questions, we just kind of go over coins that you've already done. So just to let you know. See here, going down the list. Yes, guys, please smash the like. Going down the list. So I'm kind of briefly doing this. Reef is something I haven't heard in a... Okay, we can check out Reef. I haven't heard Reef in a long time, too. We can check that one out really quick. See here. Indie Rock Crypto says, close my long shoe. Smart man. And it's because we don't know. Like, okay, so it came down, and then it started coming back up. Am I re-entering? Heck no. Because it could do a bearish retest and then continue coming down. So right now I'm just waiting to see what happens. Is it going to balance out and start going up, creating higher highs, higher lows again? Fine. If not, is it going to come all the way down here to this bottom trend line? I don't want to find out if I'm in profit. Don't want to find out. See here, bullish on parade. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yes. Live to enter another candle. That's so true. So true. Let's see here. Going down the list really quick. Okay, I think so far all we have is YGG and Reef. Going down the list. Sicario, what's going on? Says, Joe, blessings, my dude. So calm here. No turkey. That's I love Road Dog. Road Dog is very funny. All his voices in his head. H bar. JB says H bar. Let's do H bar. Okay. I believe we have room for 2 more or some questions, just to let you know. And then after that, of course, that should take up all the time. See here, a pullback is what I kind of expected. Yep, that bearish retest. And one thing I absolutely love, and I love watching other YouTubers, because I love seeing their thought process. Because there's been times where it's like, man, I didn't even see that falling wedge, or whatever pattern they're using. Now, I don't trade patterns, but they're all trend lines, support, resistance. I was like, man, I've been so zoomed in lately, I forgot to zoom out. And I love doing that. I delete all my chart, all my drawings, hundreds and hundreds of drawings, and I'll start all over. And that way I have a clean slate. I'm looking from top to bottom analysis. And then that way, hopefully, there's no bias as far as, oh, it's bullish, or oh, it's bearish. See here, pump up the lights. Yes. All right, pool. So we have one more that we can do. POL. Now there's a couple of pools. Which pool are you referring to? Let me know, Pollo. I think there's a couple of pools, POLs. Okay, so for this Bitcoin, we kind of went over this already. Resistance zone coming down. Not looking too hot at the moment. Not looking too. Now, some coins, they're going up right now. They had their little pullback and now they're coming up. Hopefully we can make some money, guys. Now, there was one that I did about 2 days ago on my live stream. We entered the trade. We did a 10x leverage. We caught the very bottom. And I mentioned this before too. When you're catching the bottom, it's either a bottom if and only if the price goes up. It's a falling knife if it goes down. So just to let you know, I see a lot of, people, especially on X. I caught the bottom. I caught the bottom. It's like, yeah. And it was funny on my live stream. The guy says, yeah, man, I try to enter the bottom. I buy the bottoms, and then I buy the bottoms again, and then I buy the bottoms again, and then I buy the bottoms again, and then I run out of money. It's like, I've been there, man. I've been there. But so this one did pretty well on. And of course, it came up. And then right when and so this is another thing as far as taking profits. So I started seeing this, and my stop loss was way up here already. By this time, my stop loss was way up here. And I'm seeing this action, and it's like, ooh, I'm not liking how this is looking. How, we had a high, equal, came here, broke this low. Now we did a lower high, not looking good, made a higher high, which is good. I expect to retrace to about here, broke this level. Now I'm getting my stop loss and I'm moving it up. It's like, I don't like this. Coming down. Maybe I'll get a bounce somewhere in here, and then boop, stop loss. Now, granted, that was the final one. I forget what it was, but that was the final close, and I was taking profit on the way up. And then now it's coming down. So instead of riding the profit down, I took it. I lived to trade another day. Now I wait for this to, cross this level plus this level. And matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, and this one will be safer. What's the percentage? We're gonna get to your coins in just a second. 2%. We can do it. So let's go ahead and put an alert right here. And then of course I put my alerts. Set alert. Okay. So if it breaks up this, then of course I might enter this trade knowing that I have resistance right here. But without further ado, let's get to your coins. Let's go YGG USDT. Let's look at a Mixi. So this one's looking okay at the moment. Let's go to the daily. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. Let's see what we had here. We had a really nice zone. We have a really nice trend line. Let's see if it respected any of that. Let's see here. It did come down here and come right back up. If we would have entered this trade, how would we have done it? And this is what I like doing. This is kind of like doing your trading journal. But since I do so many videos, this is what I do. The alert goes off. 4-hour candle must close above here. When did the alert go off? It went off here. We're on the 4-hour time frame now. Would I enter here? Heck yeah. Hold on. I gotta enter up here. I forgot this is a trend line. This is a trend line. Okay. So my alert went off right here. Would I enter? Heck yeah. Now, Here's the hard part though. Just this little move, I'm going to get stopped out. That's the hard part. Here, my alert goes off. I look at this previous action. I see that, where do I see my zone? I see my zone right here. So this, look, notice the candle body closes. I mean, this stuff, it just amazes me. Oh, and okay. So if of course I didn't know this was going to happen because the price was probably somewhere here. So we didn't have this. But because we now have this, if I would have entered the trade based off of this, my stop loss personally, not because I see it, I know what y'all are thinking, I would probably do it right here. This would have been my stop loss to where it's underneath these candle body closes, most recent, and give me a little bit of a gap. I mean, the most I would do is maybe 15%. I would probably do it here. Now, again, it's really easy to do this after the fact, but if you watch me and you know what I do, I always say what I would have done in the moment of the trade versus what I see. I mean, I could probably still get stopped out, and I do. So just to let you know, whenever I'm doing this, I'm not trying to cheat you, and especially me. I'm not trying to cheat myself. So I would actually have my stop loss here, and I would enter the trade based off of the alert going off, seeing these candle bodies close. I would expect it to, if it does come down, to do something like this. And of course, we see that it happened. Something like this. Have this be my decision point, because this is in this box before going up. Then I would add to my entry once it breaks this level. And due to this pretty nice, how do the other candles look? Okay, this isn't so much, I thought it was a bigger move. But I mean, it tends to do these type of moves, nice big moves. This has got a lot of really nice volatility. Would I've entered? Yeah, I was thinking no, because I wanted to retrace and then enter, but I would have, and it still retraced. And then it comes up, looking good, almost hitting our first target, and starts coming down. Oh crap! Is this the market coming down? Is this just a coin? What's going on? And boom, the market dumps. I get stopped out. Man, at 100% too. So if I was doing $100, more than likely, you know, it's really hard to do the math because your entries are different. But on average, I lose $15 on this trade using 100. That's a lot. For me, that's a lot. Because normally what I like to do is I have this for my first entry. And then when I do my second entry, wherever I enter, this one moves up, hopefully in profit. And then the second entry is at like maybe a 5% loss, 10% loss. So for me personally, this is more than I would like, but it happens. Now, with all that being said, now the first coin is always the longest. The second coin goes faster. The more coins we have, the faster it goes, just to give you a heads up. All right, moving on. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of look at this one more time. Let's remove our brushes. We're gonna leave our triangles, leave our ray. We're gonna remove our, let's remove this one, it's way down here. Okay, and we're gonna move this. Okay. All right, so right now we're just looking at this on the daily time frame. What do we see? Do we see any divergence? We sure do. Low, lower low. We have a low and a higher low. Lots of buying pressure. Let's move this out of the way. Lots of buying pressure. All those wicks, buying pressure. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, I do see. Let's see here. So this came down, took this liquidity, came back for a little bit more, starting to come up. Okay. To me, this is looking good. So for my stop loss, I would actually have to put it, I hate doing this, but because this one has so much of a swing, so much volatility, I would have to put it lower. So this is like 20%. Don't like doing it. Now, granted, we're not even entering right here. You could try to, but it could come down even further. We're going to try to nail the entry on a lower time frame. But for this one, for a safer entry, we're looking at setting our alert up here above the break of the most recently created high. And let's go ahead and make this pretty much official. So let's go and put this here. I'm not actually going to set the alert, but just to let you know what it would kind of look like. Let's see here. Let's see if we see any bearish divergence. So nothing here. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Bullish divergence again. So depending on what mentor you see or use, they will consider this as one hump and this as one hump. I see it both ways. I see this as one hump and this is one hump, but I put more weight on this one hump because this one hump consists of two humps. So this is, in my opinion, the micro, the smaller. This is the macro, the larger. So with that being said, if I have this here, this is telling me that we could possibly see a move faster than this move. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Let's see here. So we have a low and a lower low, so no divergence. We do have divergence. So for the immediate, so hopefully, let me try to elaborate. So for the immediate, if this was divergence, I would say possibly coming up due to the divergence, but based off of this, the macro or longer, it would come up and then it would continue going up due to it being bullish divergence. So that's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's see here. Moving on. Now with this, let us look at a lower time frame, see if we can see anything that's telling us that it's going to come down. Because everything so far right now is up. Let's extend this a little bit. Pretty much equal. Okay, so we have a low, higher low. Man, that took forever. We have a low, a lower low, divergence, very slight divergence is starting to play out. So again, nothing bearish saying that it might come down. And I think that's the lowest will go. So looking back at this, for me personally, because I don't want to lose so much, and this is a pretty big loss. I haven't even checked to see how much it is. I'm gonna say 20% from this moment. Let's just see. Oh yeah, that's too much. So what I would do is I would actually put a very, very tight stop loss. And if I get stopped out, I'm not having to suffer all this in case it comes back into this box. I just get stopped out and I set another alert. So for this one, if I was going to enter this trade, let's do a trend line as well, since we're here. So it's a trend line. This is the level for a safer entry. Let's put this in white. And then the safer entry, we're looking at the alert going off, 0.7492. And do I want to do a 1 hour? There's a lot of wicks on this 1 hour. 4 hour. But it moves so fast. We would have to do a 1 hour. So we would have to wait for the 1 hour candle to close. After it hits, the alert goes off, and then hopefully the 1 hour candle closes above this level. If so, we can enter. This is the safer entry. Now for the more aggressive entry, and here your stop loss would be roughly around 5%. That's a safer. This would be the, oh no, I'm sorry. 10%. So your stop loss would be around 10%. We don't know where we're going to get it at when the candle closes. Now, if I was doing this on a more high risk trade, or just moving up, having a really, really tight stop loss because I don't want to suffer 10%, what I could do is I could enter now and have a stop loss of about, man, I keep on wanting to go lower and lower. What was this one? Oh, that was 5%? For some reason, I'm thinking 10%. Oh, because up here. Never mind. So for this one, I do the same spot. This would be an enter now, more aggressive. So let's go ahead and put that on here. So this is an enter now. Do I have an enter now? Thought I did. YouTube entry, and then this, we'll say this one's aggressive. So we'll do aggressive. And then the safer entry would be up here. Once the candle closes, 1 hour candle closes above, and then let's just say it's somewhere right here, per se. And then this would be your, I do like this one. I love the swings. Man, this is a good, I haven't even had this on my radar. So we'll do this one, and this one will be a safer entry. We'll put safer entry, and then 1 hour must close, oh my gosh, above 0.7319. Makes sense. So that's what I'm looking at. I actually do like that a lot, but I'm not going to enter any trades because I'm in one trade and I may have to babysit it. Ooh, it's going nice because it came down pretty hard with Bitcoin, but I added to it and it's doing much better. Good. But I like this. I think it's a good setup. This is just, you know, for your stop loss. All right. Let's look at Reef. I do like this one quite a bit. So let's do this. YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Hey, we got Crypto Billy in the house. What's up, Crypto Billy? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you greatly. Let's do Reef. We haven't looked at Reef in a long time. Well, I haven't looked at Reef in a long time. I didn't even know they're still around. Nobody asked for it for forever. Let's go to the daily. So on this, lots of wicks, lots of selling pressure. This is telling me the market cap is, this is also telling me the market cap is extremely small. But this right here, and then the candle body closes, are telling me the market cap is really tiny. Can you make a lot of, so all these coins, can you make a lot of money with these very small market cap coins that say may appear dead? Heck yeah. You just need somebody to buy the coin after you buy it. That's pretty much it. 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. Let's see. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So I do see this to be a pretty good opportunity to make a lot of money with a little bit of money, because you don't put a lot of money in because you will move. You will do this. That's what you'll do. I don't know anything if they're still doing stuff. I don't know. I really have not looked at them in a long time. I don't know when I did this. Let's take that off the. Let's look. Watch. It's gonna be the same price. Let's go REEF 33. So it was 50, I think, when we were looking at it. It's 33. Let's go to the all-time. I mean, it's done something, but this is really nothing because the market cap is so low. Like any movement can happen easily because of the low market cap. Let's go to news. Has there been any news about this? More news updates on the way. Stay tuned. Okay. Well, let's go to their. Well, first, what are they claiming to be? Metaverse, wallet, Web3, gaming, entertainment. Okay. Let's go to their website. I want to see their website. Very bright. Oh. Look at Reef. Reliable, extensible, efficient, fast. Okay. DeFi, NFTs, gaming, Get AO. That's one thing we need to look at. Where are they on? So they're on KuCoin, which is good. They're on KuCoin. Let's see here. MEXC, BingX, Binance US. This is huge. This is saying that people who are new coming into the market, they're going to get Binance US possibly after they get crypto.com and, you know, all these other very easy platforms to be on, then they might graduate to Binance.us and they might start buying it. Who knows? The price is very tempting for new buyers because as a new buyer, if you see something for $15 and you can only buy one because you only have $15, or you buy something, thousands of them, because this one is 0.001, they're going to buy this. If they had an option between A and B, they'll buy this because they can have more of this. That's how, you know, we think when we're brand new. So this, I mean, it could have something. Let's look at their Twitter. Let's look at their Twitter. So they've been around for 4 years. They have 234,000 subscribers or followers, which is very nice. Let's see here. 1 second. Let's see here. Okay, let me see 1 second. One moment. All right, very good. See here, so December 8th, they pinned this. 30 minutes. They're responding. Okay. They're active, at least. We'd like to congratulate the winners of our latest. Okay. So they're doing stuff 9 hours ago. This might be a sleeper, guys. This might be a sleeper. Reef punks. I don't know. What about you? I think I like it. I won't put a lot of money into it. And I'll put a little bit, maybe, and then just sit on it. And if it makes me money, great. If not, maybe next will run. But I mean, they're active, so this is good. I was afraid they weren't going to be active. And then people retweeting and tweeting to them. So they got a community. Okay. Looks good. Now let's look at the charts. We had this nice, you can call it a bowl if you like. Nice, not a handle because it's past 1/3 of the bowl. For those people who call everything a cup and handle. I'm talking to those people. This is not a cup and handle. This is, I mean, it's not even really a cup. I mean, we can kind of squint our eyes a little bit and it's like a broken cup a little bit, but the handle's way down here. Here's one of like them big old, the mugs that the handle's way down here and then the cup is right here. It's one of those. But I like the bounce. See here, we have a low and a lower low. Low. And so there's bullish divergence that's playing out. Let's go 4-hour time frame. Looking nice. We're having some wicks on the top. I do believe that we should be able to break this maybe in the next, probably within the day. And again, you also have to take into account volume. People, are they buying it or not buying it? If people are starting to buy this will go up in like 10 minutes. But if there's not people buying it or a few people buying it, then it may take maybe a day or two to break this. Lots of buys and sell pressure on the top and bottom. I don't like this. However, my mindset is safe trading. That's my mindset. Can you make money in this? As I mentioned before, yes, you can. It's just higher risk though. In my opinion. Everybody's got their own opinion. Don't like these candles. But this is what you're going to see with very low market cap coins. Because if you don't understand how order books work or volume or liquidity or any of that stuff, you say, you know what, I'm going to put $1,000 in this. You know, I'm going to do one order, set it, forget it, and then come back 8 months later, I'm going to be a millionaire. Well, you put $1,000 in, you make that move. And guess what? Everybody who bought down here has sell orders. You can only buy from someone who's selling, and you just bought from all of them. And then you're literally trading against yourself. So just be very careful. Okay. All right. I like it though. For me personally, what I would do, this I would treat as a long-term hold. I would not treat this as a trade. So again, you have to have different thought process on what you're doing. So for this one, I would treat this as a long-term hold. I'd enter now. I don't care if I'm at resistance. I'd enter right now. I would enter right now at this price. Enter, and then this right here, because I'm going to set lower entries. Let's see here. YouTube entry. And then I would set a lower entry, about 20% less. Works for me. So we would do it right here. And then just for time's sake, the numbers are right here. And I have them pretty large so that way they're easy to see. I'm not going to do these all the time. And then I would do another one pretty darn low. Pretty darn low. I want it lower than that. I really want it lower than that too. So let's go to a daily time frame. I want to go like 70% low. So we can do this one about 60%. This will be my lowest one. Now the thought process is how much do I enter on all these? So again, there's a lot of thought process that goes into this. Let's say total, I want to put $500 in this token, or 5,000, whatever. So if I was going to do $500 on this token, I would do, now granted, you don't want to move the market. So if you're going to do $500 total for this token, and let's say your first initial price is going to be, let's say 250. You don't want to do 50. You don't want to do 250 at one shot if it's going to move it. You might have to do $50 one day or in the morning, $50 at night, just depending on how it moves and the sellers. So that's very important. I do 250 around this level, and then around this level, I'll do about 100. Now, if I get really, really lucky and it comes all the way down here, what's the difference on that? 150? I don't even know. I'm not doing math. See, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I need 2 more. Nope, so that's 5. That's it right there. Okay. So this is what I would do if I was going to do this. I did 50 here, 100 here, 150 here. But I would spread out the orders though. I wouldn't put them all in one spot, because if your order takes, it'll spike it up, and you don't want to do that. Let's see here. Very good. Let's see here. Wick's wife says, T.I. Joe, I've been enjoying and learning a lot from your Trading View tutorials. Oh, thank you. I put so much work into those. Literally like 4 to 5 hours, including the recording and editing, to make it a 30-minute segment. And that makes me really happy. It really does. And then of course you see comments that aren't the spammers. You know, can you help me with my trust wallet? Can you help me with my so-and-so wallet? It really does that makes it all worthwhile. Because it was funny, I was telling my group, my community, I was like, y'all been asking for this, and I have videos on that, but I'm gonna do an updated video. And I said, it's gonna take me a long time. I hope I get more than 3 people to watch it. So that makes me happy. Thank you. Man, you made my day. You really made my day right now. That you watched it and you're liking those. That's a lot of work. The editing is the hard part. If I can just throw it out there, man, it would be crap, kind of. But with the editing, I think it makes it a little bit more snazzy. So, all right. So that's what I would think on Reef. I like it. I think it could be a sleeper. We'll see. Next one is H-bar. Next one is H-bar USDT. Of course, H-bar has been doing some work, been making some moves. Let's go ahead and delete all this. Let's delete all this. See here. Thank you. Username says, see. Oh, should I read these before I put them on here? I don't even know. For username, I think I really do have to read. For anybody. I don't know. But anyway. So to this one, H-bar, huge move. Can we make more money off of it? Yes, definitely. What are we looking at? So, all right, so we had a nice retracement coming up. Is it going to keep on coming down? That's the question. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's just look at more of the price action. High, lower high, lower high. Losing momentum. Low, lower low. I do like this zone that we're in though. Let's see if we can draw this out. It's kind of a tight zone. The candle bodies and the candle wicks. Let me do the outline. That way y'all can see. I think that's good. So this is a little too bright for me. So this, you know, we have candle body stops, candle body stops. We have some, what do I find down here? I want to do this candle body stop right here. Could I go tighter? No. I don't want to do down there either. I'll go right here. I have two stops right here. This is a without going too low, because I want this to kind of be like a tight range. All right, moving on. Would I enter right now? No. Why? Because it's in the range. Not only that, but it's at the top of the range. Could it come down? Yes, definitely, of course. And do we have any kind of divergence? We do have divergence. We have a low. Well, I'm sorry. We have a high and a higher high. We have a high and a lower high. So this is saying divergence. Divergence is currently playing out at the moment. Nobody knows how long the divergence is going to be. It could be to here, or it could be lower, or even lower. So this is one thing that we want to look out for. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, not looking too strong. Head and shoulders. You know, I don't do patterns, but I do see them. And this is probably one of the better patterns that I've seen compared to what most people call a head and shoulders. I don't like it, but I mean, you can kind of see it went up, came down, went up, higher, came down, went up. Right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder. Neckline down to possibly this area. But I mean, it just makes sense. Look, we have liquidity sitting right here. A little bit more right here. Do I think we're going to go to this one? I don't. I do think we will go to this one though. Not because of this pattern, but just because of all this liquidity that it's leaving behind. And right now the market's not doing too good. Now, if the market was doing great, very low chance of this liquidity getting hit, because the market makers would just make more liquidity up top. Man, the chat's going wild. You guys are crazy. I love you guys. You guys are crazy. So here, this would be the level that I would need to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and do a magnet tool. This is the level that I need to watch, 0.29081. The candle cannot close underneath this. 1 hour candle cannot close underneath it. If it closes underneath it, me personally, I would short it. And I'd have a really tight stop loss, really, really tight. Because I think that it might do something like this before possibly reversing. And then now we're up to the upside. That's what I think. So on this one, I'd wait. I would also have an alert up here in case, you know what, I do it up here. How far is that? 18%? Ooh, so close. 16%. 17%. No. So I'd have two alerts. I have an alert right there and an alert right here. So hopefully I can enter in sooner. For this one, the 1 hour candle must close above this level. And there's so many spots right here. So we'll put this one in. We'll leave that one in that color. We'll do this one for a set alert. And then this one for a set alert. So my set alerts are always orange. And for this one, the 1 hour candle must close above this level for us to enter. And then what might happen, do this number, candle closes here. If it's above this area, you can add to your entry. But I'm thinking this right here is my A. This is my plan B. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. Very good. Let's do the last one. POL. Oh, and we're on perfect timing too. POL. I'm not sure if this is the right one or not. Oh, Polygon, I mean. Let's do some XC. Okay. So let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we had this to where it could go up or down. We want to do a just kind of a watching out for this. We would have our alert right here. Our alert goes off. We could enter here on the break of this. So this is where we would have entered, knowing that we would add to it once it creates a new high and then breaks of that level. If we wanted to try to front run this, came down, came up, broke this level. So here we would have entered after the alert went off. Come up, come down, come up, broke this level, another alert, we would enter, but I would think it's going to come down. Looking at it from right here. So whenever I'm doing this, I'm looking at it in the, like, I don't care what happened. I want to see if my thought process would play out in real trading scenario. So we had this run up, all this huge liquidity, nice run up, no pullback. So once it broke this level, I would enter the trade, expecting it to pull back, hopefully bounce off of this to come up to add once it breaks this level. But there's no pullback. It keeps going. And y'all, I'm not sure if y'all can see, but it's right down here in the very bottom. There's a play button. So what's my thought process? It's still doing okay. Surprised it hasn't not coming down. Okay, now it's coming down. Maybe that's all it's going to do. Okay, so I'm in the trade 100% already. I thought for sure it might come down a little bit more. Maybe even do a little wick right in here. Now it's going up. And this is what I recommend doing, guys, especially for all the newer people, is just to use the replay button and see if your thought process plays out. You're not even trading with real money. You're just, but label everything on the chart and don't lie to yourself. And one thing I always say to help prevent from cheating is go to a higher time frame. Go to a monthly, select any month, and then click on it. Then, of course, go to start charting. And then go to the daily, the 4 hour, and then that way you don't know what's going to happen. All right. What do I think is going to happen here? A pullback. We're at this resistance level. We have a selling pressure wick. We have a buying pressure wick. Probably come back down to here. Maybe. Okay, now it's gaining strength in here. People who trade patterns, they might see this as a bull flag or bull pennant, which is not a bull pennant. I mean, if you drew it this way, I mean, it's subjective. Sure, why not? I'm getting kind of worried on this one, just because it looks like it's losing strength. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. We have bullish divergence. We have bullish divergence. So this is saying that it potentially could go up. Buying pressure. I'd have to wait. I mean, we could try to catch the bottom and I would have a tight stop loss. From here, it's not even tight, it's about 8%. So let's say I saw it here, and I'm putting it under my wicks. I'm putting it under these wicks and giving a little bit of a cushion. So this would be my stop loss if I was doing this in this moment. Trying to catch the bottom due to this bullish divergence. Let's see. Okay, so it's coming up. Did an equal high almost. Starting to go up. Stopped out. Granted, I knew I was going to get stopped out. But what I do is I enter the trade as if I was actually in the trade. And of course, we all know it went down. But this is my thought process. So as long as you are true to yourself, you'll be true to your trades. And we did have an alert go off. PIVX. I think that's one that we did here on live stream. So check it out after this one. And then that'll be it. So let's go ahead and cancel this. Let's say yes. What will we do right now? What will we do? We have this level up here. We're right underneath it. You know, I would set my alert. What's the price range? Difference from here to here? 16. That's too much. So I would actually do this. Make sure my magnet tool is on. This is the level it needs to break above on the 4-hour time frame, because there's not a lot of movement. So in the 4-hour time frame, we would need to set an alert right about here. So we're going to do an alert, and I don't know if I want to set an alert for me personally, but I would set an alert right here, 0.68322. Oh no, 8232. And if or when the alert goes off, our 4-hour candle must close here. We get into the trade. If not, let me just see. I wouldn't see why this wouldn't want to come down a little bit more to here to bounce up. I'm looking to the left and then potentially going up. That's what I think on that. Let's see here. Speaking about liquidations, let me check my stuff really quick. Let's come down a little bit, but still doing okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our alerts. Our last alert was this one. It's here to this. Nope, not entering this, that's for sure. Let's see, I don't remember if what time frame I mentioned this to be entered on. If it was a 1 hour, 15 minute, because all that depends on if we would have been in the trade or not, because this is our thought process. Come down here, come up, come down, but it all plays the same. You know, it came all the way down, came up, broke this level. We could enter. This is high risk though, very high risk entering right here. You could be catching the bottom or part of the falling knife. Then breaks the level here. So I'm looking at this level right here, breaks the level, comes back down, breaks the level. So this would be the much safer play. This is very high risk. This is safer because it broke this level that's already established. And then we would enter the trade, and then a few moments later, boom. All right. So that's the show, guys. That is the show. I do thank you very much. I hope this was informative to people who are just learning how to trade. I do understand that we have a lot of members in here that already know how to trade, and you're just basically in here showing support. You guys, there isn't an award or a medal or anything that I could possibly give you that would mean half of what it means to me. I mean, that's so, you're literally giving up your time to support this channel, to support me on this channel. That means the world to me, because you don't need this. You already know how to trade, I'm assuming. So I just want to thank you guys very much. Like it really does mean a lot to me, because there could be only 2 people in here, and there's not. There's quite a few. So I appreciate you guys greatly. We'll see you tonight at I think I don't even know what day it is, but all the stuff is up top. All the stuff is up top for the future shows. This is the Piper Academy Network, and this section is the Trade Academy, TA with TI Joe, Trade Intuition. That's my name, guys. My name is Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the complicated terms, pattern memorization. We show you support, resistance, trend lines. Have a plan before you enter a trade. That is the most important part of any trade. Are you going to be doing a stop loss? Are you going to be adding to your trade? Is this a long-term investment, swing trade, day trade? You know, what type of trade is this going to be? And do not over trade. Emotions that we have to deal with right here. FOMO, fear of missing out. First thing I saw when I said this, nope, not doing it. I've done that before. And I bought it at the very top, and it's come right down on me. Fear of missing out. Greed. Oh, I want more. I'm up here. Oh my gosh, it's going to the moon. And then it dumps on you. Envy. Ah, man, my buddy's always getting all these meme coins and, you know, making all these profits, and I'm not doing anything. Doubts. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. You know, I'm in the same group, the same paid group with the same whatever, and all these other people are making all this money and not me. Like, what's wrong with me? You know, jealousy. Oh, you made money again? Oh, that's good, man. Good for you. Good for you. Those are all emotions that we have to deal with. And the sooner we get those emotions in check and then concentrate more on our style of trading, the better it's going to be. The easier it's going to be, because now you're not worried about others. You're concentrating on yourself. With that being said, I do thank you very much. We'll see you later on. As always, let's make this money. Take care, guys.
In the land of digital gold, TA with TI Joey bold. Charts light up as we unfold. Trust the signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, network the mission.
Man, oh man, I love Piper Academy. I love all the entire alumni. You guys are the best. Special place in my heart, and I mean that. Special place in my heart. Thank you guys. We'll see you all later on. Take care. See ya.